It's just since the beginning of the conversation about Finals Club, I think I may have missed a birthday. There are really more people in China with genius IQs than the entire
The Phoenix is the most diverse. The Fly Club, Roosevelt punched the pork.
Which one?
The Porcellian, the pork, it's the best of the best.
Which Roosevelt?
Theodore.
Is it true that they send a bus around to pick up girls who want to party with the next Fed chairman?
So you can see why it's so important to get in.
Okay, well, which is the easiest to get into?
Why would you ask me that?
I was just asking.
None of them. That's the point. My friend Eduardo made $300,000 betting oil futures one summer, and Eduardo won't come close to getting in. The ability to make money doesn't impress anybody around here.
Must be nice. He made $300,000 in the summer?
He likes meteorology.
You said it was oil futures.
You can read the weather, you can predict the price of heating oil. I think you asked me that because you think the final club that's easiest to get into is the one where I'll have the best chance.
What?
You asked me which one was the easiest to get into because you think that that's the one where I'll have the best chance.
The one that's the easiest to get into would be the one where anybody has the best chance.
You didn't ask me which one was the best one, you asked me which one was the easiest one.
I was honestly just asking, okay? I was just asking to ask. Mark, I'm not speaking in code.
Erica.
You're obsessed with finals clubs. You have finals clubs OCD and you need to see someone about it who will prescribe you some sort of medication. You don't care if the side effects may include blindness.
Final clubs, not finals clubs. And there's a difference between being obsessed and being motivated.
Yes, there is.
Well, you do. That was cryptic, so you do speak in code.
I didn't mean to be cryptic.
I'm just saying I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs.
Why?
Because they're exclusive and fun, and they lead to a better life.
Teddy Roosevelt didn't get elected president because he was a member of the Phoenix Club.
He was a member of the Porcellian, and yes, he did.
Well, why don't you just concentrate on being the best you can be?
Did you really just say that?
I was kidding. Although just because something's trite doesn't make it any less
I want to try to be
true.
straightforward with you and tell you that I think you might want to be a little more supportive. If I get in, I will be taking you to the events and the gatherings, and you'll be meeting a lot of people you wouldn't normally get to meet.
You would do that for me?
We're dating.
Okay. Well, I want to try and be straightforward with you and let you know that we're not anymore.
What do you mean?
We're not dating anymore, I'm sorry.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not.
You're breaking up with me?
You are going to introduce me to people I wouldn't normally have the chance to meet. What is that supposed to mean?
Wait, settle down.
What is it supposed to mean?
Erica, the reason we're able to sit here and drink right now is because you used to sleep with the door guy.
The door guy, his name is Bobby. I have not slept with the door guy. The door guy is a friend of mine, and he's a perfectly good class of people. And what part of Long Island are you from? Wimbledon?
Wait.
I'm going back to my dorm.
Wait. Is this real?
Yes.
Okay, then wait. I apologize, okay?
I have to go study.
Erica?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I mean it.
I appreciate that, but I have to go study.
Come on, you don't have to study. You don't have to study. Let's just talk.
I can't.
Why?
Because it is exhausting. Dating you is like dating a stairmaster.
All I meant is that you're not likely to... Currently. I wasn't making a comment on your parents. I was just saying that you go to BU. I was stating a fact. That's all. And if it seemed rude, then of course I apologize.
I have to go study.
You don't have to study.
Why do you keep saying I don't have to study?
Because you go to BU. You want to get some food?
I am sorry you are not sufficiently impressed with my education.
I'm sorry I don't have a rowboat, so we're even.
I think we should just be friends.
I don't want friends.
I was just being polite. I have no intention of being friends with
I'm
you.
under some pressure right now from my OS class, and if we could just order some food, I think we should be...
Okay, you are probably going to be a very successful computer person. But you're going to go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
Erica Albright's a bitch. Do you think that's because her family changed their name from Albrecht? Or do you think it's because all BU girls are bitches? For the record, she may look like a 34C, but she's getting all kinds of help from our friends at Victoria's Secret. She's a 34B, as in barely anything there. False advertising. The truth is, she has a nice face. I need to do something to take my mind off her. Easy enough, except I need an idea. I'm a little intoxicated, I'm not gonna lie. So what if it's not even 10 p.m. and it's a Tuesday night?
Really?
The Kirkland Facebook is open on my desktop, and some of these people have pretty horrendous Facebook pics.
Oh no!
Billy Olson's sitting here and had the idea of putting some of the pictures next to pictures of farm animals and have people vote on who's hotter.
To a pig.
Good call, Mr. Olson. Yeah, it's on. I'm not going to do the farm animals, but I like the idea of comparing two people together. It gives the whole thing a very Turing feel, since people's ratings of the pictures will be more implicit than, say, choosing a number to represent each person's hotness like they do on hotornot.com. The first thing we're going to need is a lot of pictures. Unfortunately, Harvard doesn't keep a public centralized Facebook, so I'm going to have to get all the images from the individual houses that people are in. Let the hacking begin. First up is Kirkland. They keep everything open and allow indexes in their Apache configuration, so a little wget magic is all that's necessary to download the entire Kirkland Facebook. Kid stuff. Next is Elliot. They're also open, but with no indexes on Apache. I can run an empty search and it returns all the images in the database in a single page. And I can save the page and Mozilla will save all the images for me.
He doesn't.
Excellent. Moving right along.
Excuse me, everybody. You are one of the oldest, one of the most exclusive clubs, not just at Harvard, but in the world. I want to welcome you all to Phoenix Club's first party of the fall semester.
Has some security. They require a username password combo, and I'm going to go ahead and say they don't have access to the main FAS user database, so they have no way of detecting an intrusion. Adams has no security, but limits the number of results to 20 a page. All I need to do is break out the same script I used on Lowell, and we're set. Quincy has no online Facebook. What a sham. Nothing I can do about that. Dunster is intense. Not only is there no public directory, but there's no directory at all. You have to do searches, and if your search returns more than 20 matches, nothing gets returned. And once you do get results, they don't link directly to the images. They link to a PHP that redirects or something. Weird. This may be difficult. I'll come back later.
Hey, Shark Week's on. What? Great boy. Beautiful fish.
Thanks. Leverett is a little better. They still make you search, but you can do an empty search and get links to pages with every student's picture. And it's slightly obnoxious that they only let you view one picture at a time, and there's no way I'm going to go to 500 pages to download pics one at a time, so it's definitely necessary to break out Emacs and modify that Perl script. Eduardo's here, and he's going to have the key ingredient.
Hey, Mark.
Eduardo.
You and Erica split up.
How did you know that?
It's on your blog.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
I need you.
I'm here for you.
No, I need the algorithm used to rank chess players.
Are you okay?
We're ranking girls.
You mean other students?
Yeah.
You think this is such a good idea?
I need the algorithm.
Mark.
I need the algorithm.
Give each girl a base rating of 1400. At any given time, girl A has a rating RA and girl B has a rating RB.
When any two girls are matched up, there's an expectation of which will win based on their current rating, right?
Yeah. And those expectations are expressed this way.
Let's write it.
On the left. The right? That's the right. The right? It works.
Who should we send it to first?
Dwyer.
Neil.
Who are you gonna send it to?
Just a couple of people. The question is, Who are they going to send it to?
Check this out.
Someone go to the left, because you left.
Look at these girls. Right or left? Left is left. Left. Yeah. Right or left?
That's my roommate.
Oh my god, you're on the left.
This is pathetic.
Right. Left.
Oh, shit. All right. He blogged about you. You don't want to read it.
Ooh, Latina.
Erica. Is this yours? I stole it from a tranny.
Get the hell out of here!
Awful lot of traffic. You think maybe we shouldn't shut it down before we get into trouble?
Hello? Wait. At 4 in the morning?
Well, there's a very unusual amount of traffic to the switch at Kirkland.
You're saying it's unusual for 4 in the morning?
No, this would be unusual for halftime at the Super Bowl.
All right. Gotta go in.
What's going on?
Harvard's network is about to crash.
You don't think?
I do. Come see this, everybody.
Can't connect.
The network's down. Unless it's a coincidence, I think this is us.
It's not a coincidence.
Holy shit.
So you were called in front of the ad board.
That's not what happened.
You weren't called in front of the administrative board.
No, that's back at the bar with Erica Albright. She said all that.
Mark.
That I said that stuff to her.
I was reading from the transcript of her deposition.
Why would you even need to depose her?
That's really for us to decide.
You think if I know she can make me look like a jerk, I'll be more likely to
Mark,
settle?
why don't we stretch our legs for a minute? Can we do that? It's been almost 3 hours, and frankly, you did spend an awful lot of time embarrassing Mr. Zuckerberg with the girl's testimony from the bar.
I'm not embarrassed. She just made a lot of that up.
She was under oath.
Then I guess that would be the first time somebody's lied under oath.
Site got 2,200 hits within 2 hours?
1,000.
What?
22,000.
These guys are just freaking fast.
Is there any way to make this a fair fight? Jump out and swim. We'd have to jump out and drown. Well, you could row forward and I could row backward. We're genetically identical. Science says we'd stay in one place. Just row the damn boat.
You guys hear about this?
What?
2 nights ago, a sophomore choked the network from a laptop at Kirkland.
Really?
At 4 a.m.
Oh.
He set up a website where you vote on the hotness of female undergrads. What were we doing that none of us heard about this?
I don't know. 3-hour low-rate technical row before breakfast. Full course load, studying. Another 3 hours in the tank and then studying. I'm not sure how we missed it. How much activity was there on this thing? 22,000 page requests. 22,000? Yeah, this guy hacked the Facebook of 7 houses. He set up the whole website in one night and he did it while he was drunk. 22,000. How do you know he was drunk?
He was blogging simultaneously. You know what I think?
Way ahead of you.
This is our guy.
Cameron Winklevoss, Winklevoss. Cameron spelled the usual way. Tyler Winklevoss. Tyler spelled the usual way, and my last name is the same as my brother's.
Mr. Zuckerberg,
This is an administrative board hearing. You're being accused of intentionally breaching security, violating copyrights, violating individual privacy by creating the website www.facemash.com. You're also charged with being in violation of university policy on distribution of digitized images. Before we begin with our questioning, you're allowed to make a statement. Would you like to do so?
I've already apologized in the Crimson to the ABHW, to Fuerza Latina, and to any women at Harvard who may have been insulted, as I take it that they were. As for any charges stemming from the breach of security, I believe I deserve some recognition from this board.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Which part?
You deserve recognition.
I believe I pointed out some pretty gaping holes in your system.
Excuse me, may I?
Yes.
Mr. Zuckerberg, I'm in charge of security for all computers on the Harvard network, and I can assure you of its sophistication. In fact, it was that level of sophistication that led us to you in less than 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yes, sir.
That would be impressive, except if you had known what you were looking for, you would have seen it written on my dorm room window.
So?
6 months academic probation.
Wow. They have to make an example out of you.
They had my blog. I shouldn't have written that thing about the farm animals. That was stupid. But I was kidding, for God's sakes. Doesn't anybody have a sense of humor?
I tried to stop you.
I know.
How do you do this thing where you manage to get all girls to hate us? Why do I let you?
I can't do that. Eduardo, I said I know.
Okay, let's look at a sample problem. Suppose we're given a computer with a 16-bit virtual address and a page size of 256 bytes. The system uses one-level page tables that start at address hex 400. Maybe you want DMA on your 16-bit system. Who knows? The first few pages are reserved for hardware flags, etc. Assume page table entries have 8 status bits. The 8 status bits would then be... Anybody? And I see we have our first surrender. Don't worry, Mr. Zuckerberg. Brighter men than you have tried and failed this class.
1 valid bit, 1 modified bit, 1 reference bit, 5 permission bits.
That is correct. Does everybody see how we got there?
Mark? You Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Cameron Winklevoss.
Hi.
Tyler Winklevoss.
Are you guys related?
It's good. Funny. I've never heard that before.
So what can I do for you? Did I insult your girlfriends?
No, you didn't. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, we never asked. Maybe we should do that. No. We have an idea we want to talk to you about. You got a minute?
You guys look like you spent some time at the gym.
We have to.
Why?
We were a crew.
Yeah, I've got a minute.
Great. So you ever been inside the Porcellian?
No.
All right, we understand we can't take you past the bike room because you're not a member.
I've heard.
A sandwich or something?
Okay.
Mark, right?
Yeah.
Mark, this is Stevie Narendra, a partner.
Hi. We were really impressed with Face Mash. We checked you out. You also built Course Match.
I don't know Course Match.
You can go online and see what courses your friends are taking. It's really smart, man. Mark.
Yeah.
We were talking about Course Match.
It was kind of a no-brainer.
You invented something in high school too, right?
An app for an MP3 player that recognizes your taste in music.
Maybe you're trying to buy it?
Microsoft.
How much?
Didn't sell it, uploaded it for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, well, we have something that we've been working on for a while, and we think it's great. It's called the Harvard Connection. You create your own page, interest, bio, friends, pics, and then people can go online, see your bio, request.
Yeah, how is that different from MySpace or Friendster?
Harvard.edu. Harvard EDU is the most prestigious email address in the country. The whole site's kind of based on the idea that girls, not to put anything in delicately.
Girls want to go with guys who go to Harvard.
Tivia and my brother don't have trouble putting things in delicate. The main difference between what we're talking about and MySpace or Friendster or any of those other social networking sites
is exclusivity. Right?
Right. Yeah, we'd love for you to work with us, Mark. I mean, we need a gifted programmer who's creative, and we know that you've been taking it to shins.
Women's groups are ready to declare a fatwa. But, you know, this could help rehabilitate your image.
Wow. You would do that for me.
We'd like to work with you.
Our first programmer graduated and went to work for Google. Our second programmer just got overwhelmed with schoolwork. We would need you to build a site, write the code, and we'll provide all the...
I'm in.
What?
I'm in.
Awesome.
That's what you said?
It was 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know what I said.
When did you come to Eduardo?
I don't understand that question.
Do you remember answering in the affirmative?
The affirmative?
When did you come to Eduardo with the idea for Facebook?
It was called the Facebook then.
This doesn't need to be that difficult.
I'm currently in the middle of 2 different lawsuits.
Did you answer affirmatively when Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss and Divya Narendra asked you to build Harbor Connection? Did you say yes?
I said I'd help.
When did you approach Mr. Savrin with the idea for the Facebook?
I wouldn't say I approached him.
Sigh.
You can answer the question.
At a party at Alpha Epsilon Pi.
What's that?
The Jewish fraternity. It was Caribbean night.
It's not that guys like me are generally attracted to Asian girls, it's that Asian girls are generally attracted to guys like me.
I'm developing an algorithm to define the connection between Jewish guys and Asian girls.
I don't think it's that complicated. They're hot, they're smart, they're not Jewish, and they can't dance. Hey, Mark's here. Mark!
I think I've come up with something.
Hang on, I gotta tell you something that you're not gonna believe.
What?
I got punched by the Phoenix.
Are you kidding?
No. I mean, it's just the first of a 4-step process. But they slid the invitation under my door tonight. I go to my first punch party tomorrow.
So? You got punched by the Phoenix?
Yeah. It's probably just a diversity thing. It's just a diversity thing. Just ride that horse until... What do you want to talk to me about? Mark?
Yeah.
You said you'd come up with something.
Yeah, I think I've come up with something. Come outside.
It's 20 degrees outside.
I can't stare at that loop of Niagara Falls, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Caribbean. People came to Face Smash in a stampede, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't because they saw pictures of hot girls. You can go anywhere on the internet and see pictures of hot girls.
Yeah.
It was because they saw pictures of girls that they knew. People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that? Friends, pictures, profiles, whatever you can visit, browse around. Maybe it's someone you just met at a party. But I'm not talking about a dating site. I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
I can't feel my legs.
I know. I'm totally psyched about this too, but Wardo.
Yeah. It would be exclusive.
You would have to know the people on the site to get past your own page, like getting punched.
Well, that's good.
Wardo, it's like a final club, except we're the president.
I told him I thought it sounded great. It was a great idea. There was nothing to hack. People were going to provide their own pictures, their own information. And people had the ability to invite or not invite their friends to join. See, in a world where social structure was everything, that was the thing. It was a big project, and he was going to have to write tens of thousands of lines of code. So I wondered why he was coming to me and not his roommates, Dustin Moskovitz and Chris Hughes. They were programmers.
We're going to need a little startup cash to rent the servers and get it online.
So that was why.
Did he offer terms?
Yes.
We'll split it, 70-30. 70 for me, 30 for you for putting up the $1,000 and for handling everything on the business end. You're CFO.
And you said?
I said, let's do it.
Okay, did he add anything else?
Yes.
It probably was a diversity thing. But so what?
Why do you think he said that?
Gretchen, excuse me for interrupting, but whose discovery is this?
Sai, if you'll let me continue with my
What are you
line of
suggesting?
They're
questioning.
suggesting I was jealous of Eduardo for getting punched by the Phoenix and began a plan to screw him out of a company I hadn't even invented yet.
Were you?
Gretchen.
Jealous of Eduardo.
Oh, stop typing. We're off the
Ma'am,
record.
I know you've done your homework, and so you know that money isn't a big part of my life, but at the moment I could buy Mount Auburn Street, take the Phoenix Club, and turn it into my ping pong room.
I'll let you know how the party is.
We recognize that you're a plaintiff in one suit involving Facebook and a witness in another.
Yes, sir.
At any time in the weeks prior to Mark's telling you his idea, did he mention Tyler Winklevoss, Cameron Winklevoss, Vivian Narendra, or Harvard Connection?
Yes. He said they'd asked him to work on their site, but that he looked at what they had and decided it wasn't worth his time. He said even his most pathetic friends knew more about getting people interested in the website than these guys.
These guys, meaning my clients.
Yes, Mark resented that your clients thought that he needed to rehabilitate his image after Face Smash, but Mark didn't want to rehabilitate anything. thing. With Face Mash, he'd hacked into the Harvard computers, he'd thumbed his nose at the ad board, he'd gotten a lot of notoriety. Face Mash did exactly what he wanted it to do.
Were you aware that while Mr. Zuckerberg was building the Facebook, he was also communicating with the plaintiffs?
Not at the time, I wasn't, but it really didn't have much to do with the Winklevoss's dating site.
How would you know? You weren't even there.
Were you aware that while Mr. Zuckerberg was building the Facebook, he was leading the plaintiffs to believe he was building Harvard Connection?
You're offering a conclusion not found in evidence.
We are about to find it in evidence. From Mark Zuckerberg to Tyler Winklevoss, November 30th, 2003. I read over all the stuff you sent me re Harvard Connection, and it seems like it shouldn't take too long to implement, so we can talk about it after I get all the basic functionality up tomorrow night. From Mark Zuckerberg to Cameron Winklevoss, December 1st, 2003. Sorry I was unreachable tonight. I just got about 3 of your missed calls. I was working on a problem set for my systems class. From Mark Zuckerberg to Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, December 10, 2003. This week has been pretty busy thus far with classes and work, so I think it's probably best to postpone the meeting.
I'm also really busy tomorrow. Okay, anybody else feel like there's something up with this guy?
Tell him okay. But we do have to make sure that we meet up before we all go off for break.
I know. Yeah, watch out.
I need a dedicated Linux box running Apache with a MySQL backend that's going to cost a little more money.
How much more?
About 200 more.
Do we need it?
Gotta handle the traffic.
Do it.
Already did.
Hey, guess what? I made the second cut.
That's good. You should be proud of that right there. Don't worry if you don't make it any further.
I'll get out of here.
From Mark Zuckerberg to Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss and Divya Narendra, December 15th, 2003. I have a CS problem set that I'm just getting started with, and it should be about 15 hours of coding, so I'll be busy tomorrow night.
I won't really be free to meet until next Wednesday afternoon.
I have to cancel Wednesday afternoon. I've basically been in the lab this whole time, and also I
won't be able to do Saturday as I have to meet up with my parents.
As the plaque reads, this is John Harvard, founder of Harvard University in 1638. It's also called the Statue of 3 Lies. What are the 3 lies? Mr. Dowd.
The 3 lies. First.
Shit, take your pants off.
I know.
Mr. Savrin.
1, Harvard was founded in 1636, not 1638. 2, Harvard was not founded by John Harvard. And 3, that is not John Harvard.
Who is it?
Friend of the sculptor Daniel Chester.
Keep your jacket on.
39 days after Mr. Zuckerberg's initial meeting with my client, and he still hadn't completed work on Harvard Connection. But on January 11th, 2004, Mr. Zuckerberg registered the domain name to Facebook via Network Solutions. To the best of your knowledge, had he even begun work on Harvard Connection?
Not to my knowledge, no.
What is this? Hey Cameron, I'm still a little skeptical that we have enough functionality in the site to really draw the attention and gain the critical mass necessary to get a site like this to run. We'll speak soon?
This is the first time he mentioned any problem.
Yes, it was.
You sent 36 emails to Mr. Zuckerberg and received 16 emails in return, and this was the first time he indicated he was not happy.
That's correct. You had 42 days to study your system and get out ahead.
Do you see any of your code on Facebook?
Mark.
Did I use any of your code?
You stole our whole goddamn idea.
Fellas.
Match.com for
Can
Harvard.
I continue with my deposition?
You know, you really don't need a forensics team to get to the bottom of this. If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you'd have invented Facebook.
I can't wait to stand over your shoulder and watch you write us a check.
No shit.
Let's continue.
February 4, 2004.
Mark, there is a girl in your art history class. Her name is Stephanie Addis. Do you happen to know if she has a boyfriend? Have you ever seen her with anyone? And if not, do you happen to know if she's looking to go out with anyone?
People don't walk around with a sign on them that says them.
Mark?
Supposed to be at 9. Slept yet?
I have to add something.
What? Shit, that looks good. That looks really good.
It's clean and simple. No Disneyland, no live new girls. Watch.
What'd you write?
Relationship status. Interested in. This is what drives life at college. Are you having sex or aren't you? It's why people take certain classes and sit where they sit and do what they do and at some center, you know? That's what the Facebook is going to be about. People are going to log on because after all the cake and watermelon, there's a chance they're actually going to
get laid.
Meet a girl. Yes.
That is really good.
And that was it.
What do you mean?
It's ready.
It's ready?
Yeah.
Right now?
That was it. And here's the masthead.
You made a masthead?
Yeah.
Eduardo Saverin, co-founder and CFO.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that's going to mean to my father.
Sure I do.
So is it going live?
Right now. Get your laptop out.
Why do you need my laptop?
Because you got emails for everybody at the Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be cool of them that I've spammed their
This is not spam.
No, I know it's not spam.
If we send it to our friends, it's just going to bounce around working.
I haven't gotten in yet.
These guys know people, and I need their emails.
Sure.
Good. Give me the mailing list.
Jabberwock12.listserv@harvard.edu.
These guys. They're literary geniuses because the world's most obvious Lewis Carroll references in
They're
them.
not so bad.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
The site's live.
You know, let's go get a drink and celebrate. I'm buying. Mark, are you praying?
Stand beside you through the years, and you'll never cry those hands.
Whatever happened to Cole Porter and Irving Berlin?
It's a Valentine's Day theme. They're playing love songs.
Good point, because Cole Porter and Irving Berlin never wrote any love songs.
Honey, you should put your laptop away.
7 different people spam me the same link.
Can you see it?
What is it? I don't know, but I'm really hoping it's cats that look like Hitler, because I can never get enough of that. No, it's not. Ew. What? Hey, what is wrong?
It's fine.
Hey! Not now! We need 20 minutes!
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that Zuckerberg stole our website. Mark Zuckerberg? He stole our website. It's been live for more than 36 hours.
Mr. Hotchkiss. Laura's on the phone with Dad. Yes, I'm here with my brother Tyler and our business partner Divya. Welcome to the Facebook. The Facebook is an online directory that connects people through different social networks. You must have a harvard.edu address to register. That's right, yes, sir.
I called earlier. I'm looking for Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, sir. He's actually quoted a couple times. I can read it to you. Everyone's been talking a lot about a universal Facebook within Harvard, he says, on he meaning Mark. I think it's kind of silly that it would take the university a couple of years to get around to it. I can do a classier job than they can, and I did it in
Tell
a
him
week.
Divya Narendra called.
I know, that's how he
Appreciate
talks.
it. As of yesterday evening, Zuckerberg said over 650 students had registered to use the Facebook.com. He said he anticipated that 900 students would have joined the site by this
Yeah,
morning.
Divya was just reading that 650 students signed up for it on the first day. God, if I was a drug dealer, I couldn't give free drugs to 650 people in one day.
This guy doesn't have 3 friends to rub together to make a 4th.
Come on. All right, yes, that's what we'll do, Mr. Hotchkiss. We'll put all this together and we'll email it to you. Well, you won't be able to go on the website yourself because you don't have a Harvard, you know what, it would just be easier for us to email it to you. I'm sure you're right. He's a good guy and he's very bright and I'm sure he didn't mean to do what he did. All right, thank you very much. And Dad, all right, love you too.
This is a good guy.
We don't know that he's not a good guy.
We know he stole our idea. We know he lied to our faces for a month and a half.
No, he never lied to our faces.
Okay, he never saw our faces, fine. He lied to our email accounts, and he gave himself a 42-day head start because he knows what apparently you don't, which is that getting there first is everything.
I'm a competitive racer, Div. I don't think you need to school me in the importance of getting there first. Thank you.
All right. That was your father's lawyer?
This is in-house counsel. He's going to look at all this, and if he thinks it's appropriate, he'll send a cease and desist letter.
What's that going to do?
What, do you want to hire an IP lawyer and sue him?
No, I want to hire the Sopranos to beat the shit out of him with a hammer.
We don't even have to do that. That's right. We can do that ourselves. I'm 6'5", 220, and there's two of me.
I'm with this guy.
Whatever. I'm saying let's calm down until we know what we're talking about.
How much more information are you waiting for? We met with Mark 3 times. We exchanged 52 emails. We can prove that he looked at the code. What is that on the bottom of the page?
This is a Mark Zuckerberg production.
On the homepage?
On every page.
Shit, I need a second to let the classiness waft over me.
Okay, look, we don't know that they wrote Zuckerberg said he hoped the privacy options would help restore his reputation following student outrage over facesmash.com. It's exactly what we said to him. He's giving us the finger in the crimson. Now, while we're waiting for Dad's lawyer to look this stuff over, we can at least get something going in the paper so people know that this is in dispute. We're not starting a knife fight in the crimson, and we're not suing anybody.
Why not? I understand. Why not?
He's going to say it's stupid. What, who, me?
Say it. Why not?
Because we're gentlemen of Harvard. This is Harvard, where you don't plant stories and you don't sue people.
You thought he was going to be the only one who thought that was stupid?
During the time when you say you had this idea, did you know Tyler and Cameron came from a family of means?
A family of means?
Did you know their father was wealthy?
I'm not sure why you're asking me that.
It's not important. You be sure why I'm asking.
It's not important to you.
Sigh.
Did you know that they came from money?
I had no idea whether they came from money or not.
In one of your emails to Mr. Narendra, you referenced Howard Winklevoss's consulting firm.
If you say so.
Howard Winklevoss founded a firm whose assets are in the hundreds of millions. You also knew Tyler and Cameron were members of a Harvard final club called the Purcellian.
They pointed that out.
Excuse us for inviting you in.
To the bike room.
Please. So it's safe to say you were aware that my clients had money.
Yes.
Let me tell you why I'm asking. I'm wondering why, if you needed $1,000 for an internet venture, you didn't ask my clients for it. They had demonstrated an interest to you in that kind of thing.
I went to my friend for the money because that's who I wanted to be partners with. Eduardo was the president of the Harvard Investors Association, and he was also my best friend.
Your best friend is suing you for $600 million.
I didn't know that. Tell me more.
Eduardo, what happened after the initial launch?
I'm sorry, Si, would you mind addressing him as Mr. Savern?
Gretchen, they're best friends.
Not anymore.
Oh, we already went through this on the... Never mind. Mr. Savern, what happened after the initial launch?
It exploded.
Everybody on campus was using it. Facebook me. It was a common expression after 2 weeks.
And, Mark?
And Mark was the biggest thing on the campus. It included 19 Nobel laureates, 15 Pulitzer Prize winners, 2 future Olympians, and a movie star.
Who was the movie star?
Doesn't matter.
It was a beautiful day, and I was in my Radcliffe dorm room. He brought that magazine up and he showed it to me, and he said, look, it's going to happen without us. We've got to start now. And I said, okay, let's get basic out there. Now, most of you think you know the rest of the story, but you may not. The beginnings of this industry were very humble. That kid computer on the cover of that magazine had an 8080 processor in it. Unless you paid extra for a 1K memory board, you got 256 bytes. So the challenge when I wrote BASIC wasn't just to run at 4K bytes, but I also had to leave room for the users to run their programs in 4K bytes. So I made deals with people.
Is that Mark Zuckerberg?
They could save me 1K.
He made the Facebook.
I pay him $20.
It's both of ours.
I haven't had to pay that bet off.
Yeah. Yes. Cool. I'm Christy Lee. This is Alice. Hi. Oh, very, very nice to meet you. Facebook me when you get home. Maybe we can all go out and grab a drink.
Certainly.
Absolutely do that.
They all ran BASIC. So when you turn it on, the screen, the monitor, it was all a translator.
She said, Facebook me, and we can all go for a drink later, which is stunningly great for 2 reasons. One, she said, Facebook me, right? And then the other is, I want to have drinks later. Yes. Have you ever heard so many different good things packed into one regular-sized sentence?
Excuse me, Mark? Yeah. I'm Stuart Singer. I'm in your OS lab.
Sure.
Awesome job with the Facebook.
Awesome job. Thanks.
I'm Bob.
How you doing?
You know, I could swear he was looking at you when he said the next Bill Gates could be right in this room.
I doubt it.
And I showed up late. I don't even know who the speaker was.
It was Bill Gates.
Shit, that makes sense.
All right, thanks, guys.
You moron? Medically stupid? You Bill Gates isn't for me for an hour? So thinks we got in Harvard on a dim scope. I get a Glock and kill you.
Time to monetize the thing.
What were their names?
Hear what I just said?
What?
I said it's time to monetize the site.
What does that mean?
It means it's time for the website to start generating revenue.
No, I know what the word means. I'm asking how do you want to do it?
Advertising.
No.
Well, we got 4,000 members.
Because the Facebook is cool, and if we start installing pop-ups for Mountain
Well, I
Dew, it's
wasn't
not going to be...
thinking Mountain Dew, but at some point, and I'm talking as the business head of the company, the site...
We don't even know what it is yet. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it can be. We don't know what it will be. We know that it is cool. That is a priceless asset I'm not giving up.
So when will it be finished?
It won't be finished. That's the point. The way fashion's never finished.
What?
Fashion is never finished.
You're talking about fashion, really, you.
I'm talking about the idea of it, and I'm saying that it's never finished.
Okay, but they managed to make money selling pants. Mark, what is this?
What?
This.
It's called a cease and desist letter. What were their names?
Who?
The girls.
When did you get this?
About 10 days ago, right after we launched the site.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, the girls. What were their
They're
names?
saying the Winklevoss twins are saying that you stole their idea.
I find that to be a little more than mildly annoying.
Oh, well, they find it to be intellectual property theft. Look, why didn't you show this to me?
It was addressed to me.
They're saying that we stole the Facebook from Divya Narendra and the Winklevoss.
I know what it says.
Did we?
Did we what?
Don't screw around with me now. Look at me. The letter says we could face legal action.
No, it says I could face legal action.
This is from a lawyer, Mark. They must feel they have some grounds.
The lawyer is their father's house counsel.
Do they have grounds?
The grounds are our thing is cool and popular and Harvard connection is lame. Wardo, I didn't use any of their code. I promise. I didn't use anything. Look, a guy who built a nice chair doesn't owe money to everyone who ever has built a chair, okay? They came to me with an idea. I had a better one.
Why didn't you show me this letter?
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Okay. So if there's something wrong, if there's ever anything wrong, you can tell me. I'm the guy that wants to help. This is our thing. Now, is there anything that you need to tell me?
No.
What are we doing about this?
I went to a 3L at Student Legal Services and he told me to write them back.
And what did you say?
When we met in January, I expressed my doubts about the site, where it stood with graphics, how much programming was left that I had not anticipated.
The lack of hardware we had to deal with, site use, the lack of promotion, then would go on to successfully launch the website.
This was the first time you raised any of those concerns, right?
I'd raised concerns before.
Bullshit.
Not to us.
Gentlemen, I'm talking about at the meeting in January to which this letter is referring.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase this. You sent my client 16 emails. In the first 15, you didn't raise any concerns.
Is that a question?
In the 16th email, you raised concerns about the site's functionality. Were you leading them on for 6 weeks?
No.
Then why didn't you raise any of these concerns before?
It's raining.
I'm sorry?
It just started raining.
Mr. Zuckerberg, do I have your full attention?
No.
Do you think I deserve it?
What?
Do you think I deserve your full attention?
I had to swear an oath before we began this deposition, and I don't want to perjure myself, so I have a legal obligation to say no.
Okay, no. You don't think I deserve your attention?
I think if your clients want to sit on my shoulders and call themselves tall, they have a right to give it a try, but there's no requirement that I enjoy sitting here listening to people lie. You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing. Did I adequately answer your condescending question?
I have 12:45. Why don't we say that's lunch?
Back at 2:30.
So, what were their names?
Their names were Christy and Alice. And they want to have drinks tonight.
Hey man, sorry. A couple of girls were freshening up in there.
Sweet.
Yeah, groupies. I'll be right back. Mark, where are you going? Mark. Erica?
Yeah, hi.
I saw you from over there. I didn't know you came to this club a lot.
First time.
Mine too. Could I talk to you alone for a second?
I think I'm good right here.
I'd love to talk to you alone. If we could just go someplace.
Right here is fine.
I don't know if you heard about this new website I launched.
No.
The Facebook.
You called me a bitch on the internet, Mark.
That's why I wanted to talk to you. If we
On
could
the internet.
That's why I came over.
Comparing women to farm animals.
I didn't end up doing that.
It didn't stop you from writing it. As if every thought that tumbles through your head was so clever it would be a crime for it not to be shared. The internet's not written in pencil, Mark, it's written in ink. And you published that Erica Albright was a bitch right before you made some ignorant crack about my family's name, my bra size, and then rated women based on their hotness.
Erica, is there a problem?
No, there's no problem. You write your snide bullshit from a dark room because that's what the angry do nowadays. I was nice to you. Don't torture me for it.
If we could just go somewhere for a minute.
I don't want to be rude to my friends.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck with your video game.
Hey, that was great. That was the right thing to do. You apologized, right?
We have to expand.
Come on, Mark.
Is he mad about something?
Okay, we are expanding to Yale and Columbia. Dustin, I want you to share the coding work with me. Chris, you're going to be in charge of publicity and outreach, and you could start by getting a story in the BU student newspaper. It's The Bridge.
They hate doing stories about Harvard.
Somebody at the newspaper will be a computer science major. Tell them that Mark Zuckerberg will do 10 hours of free programming.
Why do you want a story in the BU newspaper?
Because I do. Now, here's the arrangement. Eduardo is CFO and owns 30% of the company. Dustin is vice president and head of programming, and his 5% of the company will come from my end. Chris is director of publicity, and his compensation will depend on the amount of work he ends up doing. Any questions?
Who are the girls? Sorry, they were Christy and Alice. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Is there anything we can do?
No. That's it. Yale and Columbia. Let's go.
And Stanford.
What?
Stanford. It's time for them to see this in Palo Alto.
You don't want any lunch?
No.
You're welcome to some salad.
No, thank you.
This must be hard.
Who are you?
I'm Marilyn Dopey. I introduced myself when we first...
what do you do?
I'm a second-year associate at the firm. My boss wanted me to sit in on the deposition phase. What are you doing?
Checking in to see how it's going in Bosnia.
Bosnia. They don't have roads, but they have Facebook. You must really hate the Winklevosses.
I don't hate anybody. The Winklevi aren't suing me for intellectual property theft. They are suing me because for the first time in their lives, things didn't work out the way they were supposed to for them.
He's expanding.
What?
He's expanding to Yale, Columbia, and Stanford. It's going to be in the Crimson tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
Well, looks like that cease and desist letter really scared the shit out of him, huh?
I want to hire a lawyer to file for injunctive relief and get the site taken down now.
Look.
Every minute the site is up, Harvard connection becomes less valuable. I want an injunction. I want damages. I want punitive relief. And I want him dead.
Yeah, I want those things too.
Then why aren't we doing anything about it? Because we're gentlemen of
No,
Harvard?
it's because you're not thinking how it's going to look.
How's it going to look?
It's like my brother and I are in skeleton costumes chasing the Karate Kid around a high school gym.
Cam. He's violated Massachusetts state law. When he goes to Connecticut, New York, and California, he'll have violated federal law. And by the way, he's in violation of Harvard law.
There's no such thing as Harvard law.
Wait. Yeah, there is.
Harvard Student Handbook. Every freshman is issued one of these. And somewhere in this book, it says you can't steal from another student. This is what we needed. We're going to Summers.
Well, you can't get a meeting with Larry Summers.
My brother and I, we pay tuition at this school. We carry a 3.9 GPA at this school. We've won trophies for this school, and we'll be rowing in the Olympics for this school. I want a meeting with goddamn president of this school. Why Stanford?
Why do you think?
Sorry. I'm late for biochem.
Okay.
You don't know my name, do you?
Is it Stanford?
I should just kick your ass. How do you go to a party and you meet
Amelia
somebody?
Ritter, but you prefer Amy. You're from Orinda. Your father's in commercial real estate, and your mother's 10 years sober.
What's my major?
Trombone.
Really?
I remember something about a trombone.
Tu fais l'amour à la jolie fille et la nette.
French.
Oui?
Your major's French.
Yours?
Mine? I don't have one.
You haven't declared?
I don't go to school.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, where did you go to school?
William Taft Elementary for a little while.
Seriously? You're not like 15 years old or anything, are you?
No. Well, you're not like 15, are you?
No. So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
You're unemployed.
I wouldn't say that.
What would you say?
That I'm an entrepreneur.
Well, then what was your latest preneur?
Well, I founded an internet company that let folks download and share music for free.
Kind of like Napster?
Exactly like Napster.
What do you mean?
I founded Napster.
Sean Parker founded Napster.
Nice to meet you.
You're Sean Parker?
Aha! You see, the shoe's on the other,
Foot.
table, which is turned.
I just slept with Sean Parker.
You just slept on Sean Parker.
You're a zillionaire.
Not technically.
What are you?
Broke. There's not a lot of money in free music, even less when you're being sued by everyone who's ever been to the Grammys.
This is blowing my mind.
I appreciate that.
I gotta hop in the shower and get ready for class.
Biochem, even though you're a French major whose name is Amy.
You passed.
I'm a hard worker.
There's juice or anything else you can find. Help yourself.
You mind if I check my email?
Yeah, go ahead.
Amy! Amy!
Yeah?
Can you come out here?
Just a second.
There's a snake in here, Amy.
What? Where?
Okay, there isn't a snake, but I need to ask you something.
Are you kidding me? I could have been killed.
How?
By running too fast and getting twisted in the cart. What do you need to ask me?
Now, I went to check my email and there's a website open on your computer.
Yeah, after you passed out last night, I went on the Facebook for a little bit.
What's that?
The Facebook? Stanford's had it for like 2 weeks now. It's really awesome, except it's freakishly addictive. Seriously, I'm on the thing like 5 times a day.
Mind if I send myself an email?
Yeah, is everything okay?
Everything's great. I just need to find you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Never been in this building before.
This building's 100 years older than the country it's in, so do be careful.
We're sitting in chairs.
Yes. Very good. You can go in now.
That's their own stupidity. I should have been there. Well, darkness is the absence of light, and the stupidity in that instance was the absence of me. Catherine, I've got students in my office now. Students. Undergrads. I don't know. From the looks of it, they want to sell me a Brooks Brothers franchise. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm Cameron Winklevoss, and this is my brother, Tyler.
And you're here because... Either of you can answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I thought you were reading the letter.
I've read the letter.
Well, we came up with an idea for a website called Harvard Connection. We've since changed the name to Connect You. And Mark Zuckerberg stole that idea.
I understand. And I'm asking what you want me to do about it.
Well, sir, in the Harvard Student Handbook, which is distributed to each freshman, under the heading Standards of Conduct in the Harvard Community, it says the college expects all students to be honest and forthcoming in their dealings with members in this community. Students are required to respect public and private ownership, and instances of theft, misappropriation...
And... Yes, sir. Punch me in the face. Go ahead.
or unauthorized use will result in disciplinary action, including the requirement to withdraw from the college.
You memorize that instead of doing what?
What my brother and I came here today to ask of you, respectfully, of course, is it's against university rules to steal from another student, plain and simple.
You've spoken to your housemaster.
Yes, sir. And the housemaster made a recommendation to the ad board, but the ad board won't see us.
Have you tried dealing with the other student directly?
Mr. Zuckerberg hasn't been responding to any of our emails or phone calls for the last 2 weeks. He doesn't answer when we knock on his door at Kirkland, and the closest I've come to dealing with him face-to-face is when I saw him on the quad and chased him through Harvard Square.
You chased him?
I saw him, and I know he saw me. I went after him, and then he disappeared.
I don't see this as a university issue.
Of course this is a university issue. There's a code of ethics and an honor code, and he violated them
You
both.
enter into a code of ethics with the university, not with each other.
I'm sorry, President Summers, but what you just said makes no sense to me at all.
I'm devastated by that.
What my brother means is, if Mark Zuckerberg walked into our dorm room and stole our computer, That would be a university
I
issue.
really don't know. This office doesn't handle petty larceny.
This isn't petty larceny. This idea is potentially worth millions of dollars.
Millions?
Yes.
You might just be letting your imaginations run away with you.
Sir, I honestly don't think you're in any position to make that call.
I was the U.S. Treasury Secretary. I'm in some position to make that call.
Well, letting our imaginations run away with us is exactly what we were told to do in your freshman address.
Well, then I would suggest that you let your imaginations run away with you on a new project.
You would?
Yes, everyone at Harvard's inventing something. Harvard undergraduates believe that inventing a job is better than finding a job. So I'll suggest again that the two of you come up with a new project.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's not the point.
Please, arrive at the point.
You don't have to be an intellectual property expert to understand the difference between right and wrong.
And you're saying that I don't.
Of course I'm not saying that, sir. I'm saying that.
Really?
Sir.
And how did they get this appointment?
Colleagues of their father.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Winklevoss. Mr. Winklevoss, since you're on the subject of right and wrong, this action, this meeting, the two of you being here, is wrong. It's not worthy of Harvard. It's not what Harvard saw in you. You don't get special treatment.
We never asked. Just start another project?
If you
like we're making a diorama for a science fair?
If you have a problem with that, Mr. Winklevoss,
we never asked for special
the courts are always at your disposal. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, you could take the Harvard student handbook and Hi. Thank you very much for your attention. Whoops. Broke a 335-year-old doorknob.
Eduardo, spring break, you and Mr. Zuckerberg took a trip to New York.
Yes.
What was the purpose of the trip?
Well, as CFO, I had set up some meetings with potential advertisers.
Who paid for the trip?
It was paid for at the $1,000 account I had set up a few months earlier.
At this point, your $1,000 was the only money that had been put into the company.
Yes.
How did you feel the meetings went?
They went terribly.
Why?
Mark was asleep.
I was not asleep.
Can I rephrase my answer? I wish he'd been asleep. So we're in 29 schools now, with over 75,000 members. People who go on the Facebook tend to stay on longer than almost any other website. Now, here's the most impressive statistic. 91% of people who try it once will come back. Now, if you'll allow me...
Excuse me 1 second. What sound is he making? It's not like a tisk.
It wasn't a tisk. It was like a glottal stop. Almost a gag reflex.
Guys, what is this?
There was one more meeting scheduled for the New York trip.
Yes, it was a dinner. It was set up through my girlfriend at the time.
Would you say that Mark was excited about this meeting?
Yes. Very.
They're not gonna card us.
They might.
Look around.
It'll be embarrassing.
Tell them they're not gonna card us.
They're not going to card us. Mark, are you going to talk about ads again?
Unless you're the Ballet Theater of Hartford, the purpose of a business is to make a profit.
It isn't a business yet.
That's tough for me, because my job... Never mind.
He's 25 minutes late.
He founded Napster when he was 19. He could be late.
He's not a god.
And what is he?
He's 25 minutes late.
I think we're just jealous.
I honestly wasn't jealous. I was nervous.
Why?
Well, I didn't know him at all, but I had done a search and I'd asked around, and he struck me as kind of a wild card.
Why?
He crashed out of 2 pretty big internet companies in spectacular fashion. He's had a reputation with drugs.
He also founded the companies.
You don't need him.
He's here.
Oh, take time. And he does own a watch.
Hey.
I'm Sean Parker.
How do you do?
You must be Eduardo and Christy and Mark. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
You guys don't have anything in front of you.
No.
Tori,
We were
Hey,
waiting.
baby boy.
can you bring out some things? The lacquered pork with that ginger confit, tuna tartare, and the lobster claws. That'll get us started. Christy, what do you like to drink?
An appletini.
Great. 4 of those.
From that point on, it was a Sean-a-thon.
The question was, what did you talk about?
He took us through his episode with Napster.
I didn't want to spend my 20s as a professional defendant. Who knew? The music industry doesn't have a sense of humor. We tried to sell the company to pay the $35 million they said we owed in royalties, but I guess to them that was a little like selling a stolen car to pay for the stolen gas. So we said, screw it, declare bankruptcy.
You made a name for yourself.
And you are dry. Tori.
No, I'm good.
And then he went on to his second business venture, which was an online Rolodex that he got thrown out of by Case Equity.
And I wanted to do it nice this time. I put on a tie and I shine my shoes, but nobody wants to take orders from a kid. So let me tell you what happens to a 20-year-old at the top of hot.com.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but...
I'm glad we've got that on the record.
You're not a psychiatrist, but what?
A psychiatrist would say that he was paranoid.
They'll hire private detectives who will follow you day and night. You're a target for high-priced escorts. I can't prove it, but I know they tap my phones. Whatever it is that's gonna trip you up, you've done already. Private behavior is a relic of a time gone by, and if somehow, someway you've managed to live your life like the Dalai Lama, they'll make shit up. Because they don't want you. They want your idea. And they want you to say thank you while you... excuse me, wipe your chin and walk away.
That's what happened to you?
And delusional.
Yes, but there'll be payback at Case. I brought down the record companies with Napster, and Case will suffer for their sins too.
Sorry, you didn't bring down the record companies. They won.
In court?
Yeah.
You want to buy a Tower Records, Eduardo?
And he told story after story about life in Silicon Valley and parties at Stanford and down in LA and France.